Hi everyone, welcome. Okay, let's get started. Welcome to back to my stream, I guess. I'm trying to get my OBS set up. Refresh. Here we go. Okay, great. Connecting my YouTube studio is always a hassle. We got Bitcoin with a 0% movement today. Literally 0%. 108,158. I think yesterday I said it was 108,108. I think that was literally the amount. So we haven't really moved much, and you can practically tell by the flatness of what you're seeing in this price action, right? The only good thing about this is that we are maintaining the uptrend here nonetheless. Also, I configured some of my mic settings. I do hope it does sound a little better. A little. Matter of fact, I want to hear it. So, I'm going to pause this and hear myself. The only good thing about this is that we are maintaining the uptrend here. Okay, cool. It does sound good. I didn't even know. Yeah, I think you guys could hear that. I'm sorry. It just sounded like I'm just talking over myself twice. Doesn't matter. What matters is that the super trend is on its way up. 106,000 is its invalidation zone. Not really that concerning, to be honest. If we drop here. 106k. If we rise up there 110k. Simple as that, right? Shouldn't be too complicated of a deal. We gotta wait until, of course, Sunday to confirm what the next move is. And I'm not too confident with this uptrend. It's probably gonna have to be readjusted, something like that, right? But you're gonna notice both these trends that I have over here, this one specifically, and this one over here, they're gonna be broken because Bitcoin's just gonna do something like that, right? Probably. So for this downtrend, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it. We don't necessarily have a roof anymore. It's all just resistances and fib extensions from here on out. Now, one could say, can we draw one out in the short term? I do want to try it out. Also, I don't have a limit on my mic peaking thing here. Let me just go into my settings again. Gain is fine. This is what I want to change. Might be too much audio. I hope that's good. I don't know. I'm testing new mic stuff today. It's a Saturday and I don't care. So that's my current stance. What was I going to check? Oh, yes. Fib extension. What happens? What if I go from this low point to this high point to this low point? What are we going to get for resistances? Testing new stuff out here. So in terms of resistances, that one worked. 110k. And then we got, not to be confused with all these lines, but 111,500 maybe, because you got a pivot resistance at 400 and the fib extension at 600. You can average that out to about 11,500 the next resistance zone, possibly. Then we got the original, practically our all-time high level. Obviously another barrier to break at 112,000. Looking like 113,000, 115,000, and then 122k. Both of these coincide. What else have we got after this? 130, 135 to 132, maybe 133, 134. That coincides. I guess that does make sense. 143, that's a little too far for Bitcoin. Okay, it's not looking too bad. I'm going to delete it for now, though, just to... No. Maybe we don't need it for the time being. And you really should be paying attention to the macro perspective, which you should have this drawn in a weekly chart. Low point of August 5th, high point all-time high, low point 74,000, I always confuse that. Versus, and yeah, that should tell us where we're headed to next. So you can see in the broader scale of things, the weekly chart, you're looking at 110,000 to 112,000. That is our resistance levels. From there, we're expected to rise to 122k. Should be pretty good. I have very bullish outlooks for what's coming up next. Okay, so what other stuff? I mean, there's really not much going on, honestly. You see how flat the RSI is, literally at 50. It's stuck in the middle there. So that's why I'm telling you guys, we either drop to 106 or rise to 110 for Sunday. We'll see what happens by then. Momentum's going to have to start kicking in eventually. It's pretty easy to notice, like, on the charts, when it was a Saturday because of the low volatility, I will bet you $100 June 28 was a Saturday because of how flat this is. I don't even know the dates. Literally June 28. What else do we got? This looks flat. 18 June. Oh, well, I guess I'm wrong. 17, 18, 19. What about this? 14th of June. This also looks flat. Yeah, that is a Saturday as well. So I'm not going to embarrass myself further, but you get the point. Flat times is usually when a Saturday hits. Unless, you know, we're recovering from something, I guess. So yeah, flat stuff. Moving on to Ethereum. What do we got? Similar deal. Uptrend is still maintained, though. That is a good thing. Current price 2,518. 0% movement as well. Solana 0% movement. Current price is 147. This is what I'm kind of expecting to happen with Bitcoin, like breaking the uptrend a little bit, but we can just simply readjust it, not specifically to here, but wherever we dip to next. Solana can dip to 143, 142. Invalidates at 141 onwards. So, you know, we still got room to draw our uptrend. It's so complicated at this time because I can't really just put it here. That's a little too recent for my taste. I'll probably draw this over here, and hey, if we do dip downward, maybe to 138,000 for Solana, this will obviously be flipped to negative super trend. But let's just hope that does not happen. XRP 0% movement as well. Wow, very low liquidity at like low volume. Not much going on here in the markets. $2.21 for XRP. If you really want a full in-depth analysis, check out yesterday's stream. It's literally the exact same thing. The levels that I point out. 230 resistance. Hey, super trend is on its way up over here though. 212 invalidates, and it's on its rise toward the upside. That's because there's low volatility. This typically starts to converge toward where the price is, right? If the volatility stays low. But that's bound to change. Like I said, by either Sunday evening, Monday morning, we should get some more movement. Sui, it came down from all the way up here. It had a good rise to 308. Its current price is 288. 0% movement as well for Sui today. Still maintaining its uptrend though. That is good. Like we still got some room for Sui to breathe. Litecoin is also 0% movement, kind of on its way up. $87. Always hovering around this 87. Literally this exact same thing I said yesterday. Super trend invalidates 82.83. Keep an eye out on that. And last coin is Cardano, 0% movement as well. Everything is 0%. 57 cents for Cardano. Resistance at 60 cents. Support at 55. Super trend, it's on its way up. Invalidates at 53, which is decent, right? Why is Ethereum at the front? All right, there we go. I think this might be a short stream, honestly. Well, there you go. There's not really much I could do with technical analysis there. What I can talk about instead while we're looking at the charts is things that I've entered, right? I do want to discuss that kind of stuff. So we got, I shared this already yesterday, Sui. It was a bonus position, $100, 5x. I decided to short that position on Sui right over here from 30, what it was, what shows me the price. 304 to 285. Really, really good. 304 right over here, all the way down to 285 right here. Perfectly timed, right? Made $30 profit. It doesn't seem like a lot of money, but hey, with $100, 5x, it's pretty good. And I was also shorting this coin that I absolutely hated, HUSDT, Humanity Protocol. Used cross margin 3x, and same with Pudgy Penguins, whatever they're called. Decided to short those as well. So this one, it finally dropped today, HUSDT. I'm going to pull up their chart. And unfortunately, they are still dropping. Well, I guess I'm going to have to find it like this. 21% drop. Could have made more profit. I shorted over, bought and sold over here, around over here. It went up against me a long time. My original position was like over here somewhere. Where's my lines? This is where I kind of entered, right? Where this white line is. And from here, it went up a little bit more against me. This is crazy spreads, crazy funding rates that was on this account. Now you're, you know, in the positive, but very, very slightly. It's practically nothing. We had a drop over here, and I decided, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm selling at least with a $100 profit. So that was good. I think my original take profit was like down over here. I could have made 700 if we reached this, but keep in mind, I'm paying a lot in those funding fees. I ended up paying so far, or what do I mean so far? Buy here, buy now, $279. So I was making 279 profit, and I was like, okay, from if I make this 270 profit, I'm 280 profit practically. I'm closing at a neutral, a break-even position, right? Because I have to pay that amount plus any extra maker-taker fees right there, which was cancer. I hate that. And you're getting charged these funding rates every hour, by the way, and they were full percentages and more at some point. So that's where a huge chunk of those commissions came from. I practically made 379 profit, but I ended up paying 279, so I made $100, $2 in commission paid, so 97, or give or take, with those decimal points included. So that's decent, I guess. Fine, $97, whatever. I don't get to touch this coin ever again, thankfully. Will it keep dropping? Will it keep rising? I still see it in an uptrend, so it might continue rising. Very, very speculative, very low market cap, though. I would really stay away from this. It's more volatile and carries higher investment risks than other futures, so you should always conduct your own research before investing. I did that, and I realized that this project sucks, so that's why I decided to short it. It's also just been going up significantly ever since June 26, last week. In 1 week, this has gone up 500%. Like, that is absurd, right? You deserve at least a 20% drop. We're at a 30% drop right over here. Lots of longs obviously got liquidated in this 16% drop. It seems like it's nothing, but because they were in like decimal points, it's pretty significant. The percentage movements that it has compared to the market cap volume that's being operated in those. Pengu is the next coin. It didn't really move too much, so, and I also didn't put too much in it. I'm guessing it, yeah, it didn't move that much. Shorted over here, closed my position down here. It's on its way back up already, so I made the right move, I feel like. $15 profit, not bad. I also do have to, you know, keep track of all the trades that I'm making. I do that by keeping track in this Excel spreadsheet. What do we got? I calculate my daily profit and loss. This is kind of my little strategy that I'm doing. These are my rate of returns. Not really rate of return, but like the returns, I guess, the dollar amounts. That I haven't really updated, I don't think. Oh, I did. Month of June was, I guess... March was the worst one because that's when I did algorithmic trading. Like, I literally coded a trading bot. You can watch my previous streams on how I did it. I did that, and it was okay. Like, it got the job done, but it was just, I mean, I'm guessing the strategy was just bad. Or maybe I'm just bad at... No, I had nothing to do with it. I coded it. The code worked perfectly. It didn't make me profits. That was all. Or maybe I didn't give it enough room to test run. Ended up losing 500 almost. 460, right? Including the month of April. March and April, yeah, it's about $500 I lost in total. And that was me just mainly testing it out the first half over here, risking like a couple dollars. $7 to make $20. I don't know. 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? $7 to make 21. And then I started pumping the numbers up at around March 16, risking $50 to make 150, which obviously with fees, commissions, stuff like that, it wasn't really reaching that amount, or either, I don't know if it's the spreads or the code is just done wrong. It's not accounting for what exactly I want to earn, but some of them were profitable. Most of them, though, were not. I am about to do something I do not want. There we go. So in between, you know, me adding, removing money around, I ended up depositing 2,000 to the account again. And I said from here, I'm going to try to duplicate the account, which I did, by the way. I did do that. Right over here. This is where I initially deposited it. I started making all these profits, which is a sum of $2,000. I put 2,000 and I made 2,000. I duplicated this account. That was great. I'm like, okay, cool. I can take this 2,000, add it to my standard futures account and, you know, use that for whatever I need to use it for. Maybe buying more longs. I usually buy longs at 3x leverage and let them ride. Put a stop loss in positive once they're good enough, about 100 plus territory. And then, you know, I go from there. But right now I'm very negative. So I just got to wait for things to start rising once again. It's mainly the altcoins. I was doing fine with Bitcoin. I had a lot of exposition in Bitcoin. I sold it all at 99K stupidly because of this war thing. I saw United States getting involved. I'm like, okay, well, that's just World War III at its finest. A third party got involved. And now we're going to see China, we're going to see Russia, Iran, everybody else get involved geopolitically speaking. I thought all these factors were going to affect the price of Bitcoin further, but it didn't. Like Trump saw, oh, Matt sold all his positions in Bitcoin. Okay, announce a ceasefire right now. And boom, everything just starts going up again. So, yeah, great. Trump provides, Trump takes away, right? Anyways, I entered another position here. I guess it really had nothing to do. Oh yeah, I was talking about I could have sent the money over there for my standard futures account. This is my perpetual futures account where I'm doing this kind of stuff. I entered this bananas 31 meme coin. Bad mistake. Don't enter meme coins for short. They could pump up infinitely because it's just funny to do it, right? Rather than actual coins that have a real purpose and value, they're projects that can fail or people will be skeptical of them. They won't have enough traction. It's just stuff that's going to get lost in the void, like the Humanity Protocol that I showed you guys, HUSDT. I immediately shorted Pengu, of course, stupidly, but hey, I only dropped $100 in it this time. I didn't drop 1,000. I dropped a 1,000 there, and I entered another 1,000 position to reinforce it so that I don't get liquidated on an isolated margin mode. Both of those got executed, and I got liquidated because it just kept on going up. Bananas 31. So I lost $2,000 there. I had 4,000 in total because I made the extra 2,000 profit from the 2,000 that I deposited. So I ended up with back to square one with my original 2,000 right over here. That's where I am right now. And I'm going to note some stuff. I entered a long position in Pepe. I didn't short it. Only the Penguin one I shorted. That's all. Why do we have to... Oh yeah, this one I entered by accident. Not really. I put my trigger order. You could see this right here. This makes no sense. If I'm shorting at 9,720, let me just give you an example here. That's my entry short, right? 9,720, let's just say for example. I closed that short at 0.09725. Okay, that is higher. I guess I lost. Yeah, fair enough. The way I saw this is it didn't lose and it actually made me profit, which was a lie. It's whatever. So I guess I have to write it down. So $3 loss, which is stupid, but whatever. This happened on July 4. Really? July 4? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Opened price. I have to note all this stuff down. And the closing price. The amount of profit that I made. Which was, I'm assuming this. And the fees that were paid. Which is $2. I paid even more in fees. Why is Excel struggling? Okay. Oh, there we go. It's very delayed. I don't understand why. What happened here, this is closed manual. I kind of entered it by accident. What else did I do? Sui was the bonus position. Closed also. Okay, if you're just going to do that, I'm going to restart you. Yep, I know you're running out of resources. Excel is such a good program, by the way, guys. This is a pirated version anyway, don't care. Don't buy Excel. Why did I say that on stream? Whatever. It's not like anyone watches. I'm fine. 304. Closed at 285. Best trade you'll ever see. $30 profit. No fees paid because it's a bonus position. That's just wonderful. USDT bonus manually closed. That's what I write for the comments so that I know why, you know, this is what it is. HUSDT. This closed today. I entered at this price and closed at 0.84, and the current price of it is like 0.78 or something. So, like I said, I could have been making more profit. Yeah, 77, 78. Yeah, it could have been a bit more profit. What was the lowest point? 75. Okay. Once again, this problem. I'm gonna save this. Yeah. Restart it. All right, back to this, back to positions. Did I copy this yet? No, I did not. There you go. Because it did reach like 10 plus, 10 cents and above. This is brutal. So I did make 379, okay? What happened is I had to pay 279 and whatever the rest of the maker-taker fees are in commission. Which sucks. Still an 80% rise. Is it though? That is not right. That math is not mathing, or am I crazy? No, it's not mathing. Why does this suddenly, like, not calculate things properly? It doesn't happen like that with the rest of my Excel spreadsheets. This is wrong. Okay, that percentage is right. What is this calculating from? So I93, yes, plus F94 plus G94, which is negative. It's running, okay, there it just literally recalculated. There it also just recalculated. Okay, pal, you're just bad at doing math, I suppose. That's the real amount. I don't know what's going on with Excel. This was manually closed. Okay, last coin, which please stop giving me trouble. Pangu, will this fit? Okay, I didn't even type that there, but okay. Yeah, it fits. 7.5. Why do you always run out of resources? Stop it. Yeah. I think it's because I messed with, like, the source code of it, kind of. Because I was trying to automate something different. Probably one of these things I was trying to automate or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. Something to do with this, or maybe this, I don't know. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I'm gonna have to review this later on, not on stream. Because it's becoming too frequent, all these errors, all that loading time. It shouldn't take that long. Or maybe I'll just restart an entirely new spreadsheet. It's already lagging. This minus that. Don't lag. Well, it's going to carry one more formula. Validated. Okay. Just making sure that this works. And this looks good. Yeah, that math looks good. And I also closed this manually. Alright, there we go. So we're up 193 this month so far. And every day, ever since I started in March of this year, till today, I made $5 every day. I'm going to see how much I could make, right? So, you know, my goal is to obviously have this replace at least a minimum wage job, make $100 a day, right? US dollar, which would be better. Okay, that's enough of that. Sorry to have bored you with that, but hey, I had to do something about it. Let's talk a bit about the news. Trump says that there will be tariff letters sent to 12 countries signed going out on Monday. Has to do the you know, the 90-day tariff pause that happened, he is gonna have to follow up with that for some countries, right? So that's basically all it is. And it's happening Monday, of course. We had the One Big Beautiful Bill Act signed, passed into law. It's official. If you care, these are the companies that will best benefit from it. NVIDIA, Taiwan Semiconductors, Palantir, Broadcom, Rocket Lab, AST Space Mobile, EOS Energy, Micron Technology, Vertiv, and Oklo. I haven't heard of half of these. I don't know what Rocket Lab is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what EOS Energy. I don't know Vertiv. I don't know Oklo. That's 4. Yeah. And sending the note on Monday explains the why. I guess some would be sent to Taiwan, stuff like that, right? Depending on the notes that would be sent for those, the tariff stuff. So, 4th of July was yesterday, and there was a lot of talk about, will there be a new America Party? That's what Elon Musk was very much talking about, because he opposes this One Big Beautiful Bill Act. And he said Independence Day is a perfect time to ask, do you, the Americans, want independence from the two-party, some would say uniparty system? Should we create the America Party? And the poll was 60-40, I think, yes to no. So there was more yes votes. And he says that by a factor of 2 to 1, you want a new political party, and you shall have it. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom, is what he says. So it's official. He has now formed the America Party to challenge both Democrats and Republicans. He's going to kind of meet in the middle. A lot of people obviously oppose this. I'm kind of skeptical on it yet. I don't know exactly what policies he's going to introduce, but I think Elon Musk, as politician, probably not gonna work out, I don't think. I don't oppose the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. I think it makes sense. I don't see much negative stuff coming from it, other than like these nitpicking stuff that the Democrats are catching, and also obviously raising the debt ceiling, which with all the stuff that's going on, like, really, is that a bad thing? It's always been happening anyway, and it's for the betterment of our country, not our country. I'm not American. You got the point, though. That's just my little side view of things from Canada over here. But Elon Musk, of course, is completely against this because he thinks that Trump is going to bankrupt the United States by doing that big, beautiful bill. And 40% of Americans in a new poll, different poll, is showing that they are likely to support Elon Musk's American Party. I also showed something like that before, I think. I don't remember the exact percentages. I showed it yesterday's stream. Alright, so that's the little drama going on with those two once again. But it's not like they're hurling insults at each other, or you're a drug addict. Oh yeah, you're on the Epstein list. Oh yeah, well, we're taking away your government subsidies. Stuff like that's not happening anymore. So Bitcoin can just relax. I keep on clicking on Ethereum because Bitcoin is supposed to be there. We're still flat for today. Very flat. I hate all that. House Chair just said that Bitcoin and crypto market structure bill is happening in 2 weeks. That means that trillions could be incoming. Now, this is obviously going to coincide with the, what did they call it? The crypto week, or the week of crypto. They called it something, Digital Assets Week or something. It's going to be July 14 to 18, I think is what they said. I hope I'm right. I don't remember exactly when. But they're planning to do a lot of stuff. Things with the Genius Bill Act, this, and who knows? Who knows what else they got in store for us. This thing with the $8 billion in Bitcoin that was moved by Wales, it was likely due to just address format upgrades from Legacy to BC1Q. So there was no signs of whale selling, according to Arkham Investments. So could be bullish. Yeah, I guess so. Because that means that they're not sending it to exchanges to sell it off, right? They're just, doing maintenance. They're still locking that Bitcoin away forever, right? They're just moving it from one address to another. A lot of other people that were speculating, oh, this is an OTC transaction, or oh, this is a miner, or this is forget what the guy's name, the guy that got jailed in Spain for tax evasion. That guy who was getting extradited to the United States. I talked about him yesterday. Could be that guy or stuff like that. People are just speculating, but it seems like no, it was just you know, this drop from yesterday happened because of that. People were scared of, oh, this guy's gonna drop $8 billion into the crypto market. Which I did the math yesterday and I said that would drop us to, what was it, 101,000, I think. Or 103,000, I think it was, which is not too bad, right? Like, okay, we could drop a 4% drop on Bitcoin. That's no big deal. We can see that in one day. It happens all the time. What would be worse, though, is the cascading effect that it would have, because that's just going to cause a lot of people to continue selling. They'll be scared and, oh, this huge whale is selling their Bitcoin. I'm going to sell mine too, because that's just how retail acts. It's really nothing to be afraid of. They're just taking profits if that's the case. Holding Bitcoin for 14 years, you deserve to take some profit. Maybe at least sell one Bitcoin. You'd have 100K at least. But yeah, so it seems to be no big deal. Don't worry about that stuff. United States Secret Service are launching a global operation to combat crypto scams. Whether they're replacing the FBI, whatever. Crime is no longer legal. So they should, you should start seeing less and less meme coin rug pulls, right? Hopefully, because that's a real cancer to the crypto market. It's just the meme coins rug pull. This was posted by everybody in the Trump family, reposted. World Liberty Financial posted this, that on this Independence Day, I guess it just didn't, this happened right as soon as I went live yesterday, so I couldn't share it. The proposal to make World Liberty Financial tradable is now live. Crypto is coming home, and there's no better day to let freedom ring. Happy 4th of July from your friends at World Liberty Financial and from the new crypto capital of the world, the United States, right? So that's good. World Liberty Financial, it's speculated to be something huge. It's already apparently trading in MEXC's pre-market at 19 cents with $165 million in total trading volume. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, because people have been asking Grok but getting no reply. I want to check what the actual analysis post of Grok. Political party switches in recent crypto ventures, suggesting a blend of political influence and speculative finance. MEXC's pre-market trading data indicates early whale activity, with 2023 study from the journal. Why so far back? Showing pre-market volumes often predict 20 to 30% price swings due to low liquidity, hinting at potential volatility for World Liberty Financial. I think it's going to skyrocket as soon as this goes live. Me personally, I will be buying that too as soon as it goes live. The inclusion of Trump's image, okay, that's just literally analysis of the post. So it's really not 100% confirmed, but we do know that it's coming, and it's coming soon. That's the good stuff. And of course, it's better than the actual Trump meme coin token. And keep in mind that Trump's meme coin reached a $75 billion fully diluted market cap at one point. World Liberty Financial is going to blow that out of the water. For comparison, $75 billion market cap, you're looking at something 75 bill. Right around here. Wow, everything's really dropped, huh? It didn't really reach this. It was like around number 12 or 13. It was around here. Right now, a lot of these altcoins are very oversold. That's why the market caps are pretty low right now. Which is why I'm also bullish for alt season. All that money that was once there can come back in the blink of an eye. And if you're there early, you'll be making some good profits on altcoins. That's why I am currently not by the nature of decision, but rather by force, fully loaded up on altcoins, waiting for that alt season right now. I'm not saying that Bitcoin has topped out yet. I still think Bitcoin has it in them to continue rising significantly. There's still people with high targets for the rest of this year. We're only halfway through the year. We've seen how much Bitcoin can rise. It still can happen, right? Anyways, I mean, something like World Liberty Financial, we could actually see that within the top 10 on launch, right? So that's pretty significant. We'll absolutely be buying that when it comes out, if I can. This happened in Toronto. Drake drives through Toronto streets as crowds swarm for a surprise album drop tonight. Now, you might be saying, why am I talking about Drake and album? Do I like Drake? Do I listen to his music? The answer is no. I do by force because it's always on the radios, but whatever. I don't really like the music. I mean, it's fine. I don't mind it, but it's not my go-to, as to say. But anyways, this happened from Drake showing up in downtown Toronto to spread the word that he's dropping a surprise album, right? Which was interesting. An interesting move from Drake. And one of the songs that was released in that album, this is why it's relevant, he actually talked about Bitcoin. In his new track called What Did I Miss, he says this lyric right here. I look at this shit like Bitcoin could be down this week, then I'm up the next week. That's what he said in that lyric. So cool. There's a mention of Bitcoin in there, and that's going to kind of like, spark more interest in the public. Oh, Drake, my favorite artist, he's talking about Bitcoin. Maybe I should buy that Bitcoin stuff. It's good for retail investment. It's also, contagious on live television now. We have Bloomberg reporters calling gold physical Bitcoin. You get the meme? Because we usually call Bitcoin digital gold. So what does that make gold? The physical Bitcoin, right? It just makes sense. It's funny to interchange those two words. And I had that post saved from a while back. I just decided it makes sense to share it now. So there you go. Less than 7% of the global population is invested in crypto. Another early sign indicator. We're just very early to this stuff, I still feel like. And so early that even the babies that are not born yet will also start investing by force if they're born in the United States. There's a new act cleared by Congress called Invest America Act, where every child will get a $1,000 S&P 500 starter account at birth. You can literally start investing as soon as you are born. The government pays for it. $1,000 is what they give you as long as you invest that into the S&P 500 for the little kid. And I shared this news before. It was in the talks right over here. This is literally the post from June 9. For every U.S. citizen born after December 31, 2024, and before January 1st, 2029, the federal government will make a one-time contribution of $1,000 into a tax-deferred, that's also key, a tax-deferred account that will track the overall stock market. The S&P 500 really is what you're pointing at. These accounts will be private property, controlled by the child's guardians. Obviously, they'll likely be able to cash out once they're 18, or maybe just keep on saving, I guess. But it incentivizes families to start investing, which is also such a good thing. If you want to know how many babies are born in the U.S. daily, according to CDC's latest data, approximately 9,900 babies are born in the U.S. each day, based on 3.62 million births in 2024. This varies slightly year to year. We do know that population decline is happening, mainly births, right? There's more deaths outpacing births, especially in developed countries like the United States. That's the only bad news, I guess, for this. But this should incentivize, right? The government incentivizing people to have more babies, right? That's also what Donald Trump does want. Now, with these numbers, I'm going to pull out a calculator. 9,900 babies every day. If the government by force has to give each one of those babies $1,000, that's $9.9 million, almost $10 million that will be added every day into the S&P 500 from the US government every day until, what did I say, 2029? Yeah, January 1, 2029. I don't want to do the math on that. Okay, 365, we're in 2025. 5 years will be, no, 4 years will be 2029. 1,460 times 10 million. That's $14 billion, 600 million. So $14.6 billion will be added in total at this current pace rate from the US government into the S&P 500, which is just the global United States economy for the little kids, right? Little babies, I guess, that are being born. That's really cool. So what else was I going to say about this? I mean, imagine if he did that to crypto. Oh, and also another thing. The fact that 9,900 babies are born doesn't mean that they will be U.S. citizens. I'm pretty sure he also introduced some legislation to revoke Birthright Citizenship Act, which is a whole nother subject. But yeah. Maybe, I don't even know the ratio of who is actually American versus immigrants that come here to have babies and are illegals, right? Although that shouldn't be happening anymore, at least not under Trump's administration. We have record low illegal immigrant border crossings in a very long time. So, I mean, that should kind of help, I guess, I suppose. We shall see. All right. Cool stuff. Trump was revealing that TikTok is soon to be sold. He talked about this June 29 last week. Sunday was when this came out. We didn't have too much information on it. He just said that he has a buyer for TikTok from a group of very wealthy people. And just today, we found that this week, United States will begin talks with China on TikTok deal. Pretty sure... Wait, who else? No, that was Iran. Yeah, so China and United States will be talking for just to see who's going to buy TikTok, it seems like, right? The current status of it, the ByteDance company from China is selling its company to American investors, claiming a deal is pretty much reached. Potential direct involvement with Xi Jinping, according to Reuters and Guardian. So that should be cool. TikTok will now be an American company, or owned by an American company, because it is owned by a Chinese company, and of course they're an adversary at the end of the day, and they could use TikTok to spy on people. So that's their fear. They're like, okay, we can't really trust TikTok. So a lot of people use it, a lot of people love it, so we're gonna have to have American companies own it instead of a Chinese company. I also saw some news about YouTube Shorts outpacing TikTok. Let me find Shorts, TikTok. I might find it. YouTube Shorts is receiving more views. Here it is. Have surged past TikTok, with Shorts from YouTube now averaging 200 billion views every single day. There's not even that many people on Earth. That is crazy. And there's just more cringe. There you go. Last bit of news I got for you guys today. The UK is experiencing a record-breaking outflow of wealthy individuals, with an estimated 16,500 high-net-worth individuals leaving in 2025. Also part of the UK downfall, it seems like richest people are leaving. Obviously a bad sign, right? According to Rock, it mainly has to do with like the post-Brexit under Labour policies, economic uncertainty, mainly to do with tax, right? Wealthy individuals are relocating to tax-friendly countries, like the United Arab Emirates or Switzerland, which obviously, if you've got rich people leaving, they take their big companies with them or whatever, it hurts the UK tax revenue and investment. You're really just doing the damage to yourself. The UK is in this deadlock of, okay, what do we do, I guess? The high taxes or reduce taxes, but then how do we get the taxes? Maybe stop wasting taxes on irrelevant stuff, for starters, right? I don't know. And with that rumor that Keir Starmer may be stepping down, that could be happening soon. It's not looking that great for the UK. Somebody else is probably going to have to step in to fix all the mess. And that's all. That's all I really want to talk about here. 2001.13 is my balance. I will see what I decide to enter. I did not click that. What is rising today? Alpha. Rex is always on the rise. Gork is the meme version of Grok AI. Quick USDT is 12%. What is this? Not overbought yet, so I wouldn't really trust that. Also, crazy volatility spike on this. Obviously, very low cap token. Worth a penny. Look this up. Alpha USDT. Is this even a meme coin? What's with the alpha? Stella Alpha. 900. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Market cap of 12 million. Get out of here with that. Very, very volatile coin. Also, how's the funding rates? Hey, that's not too bad. Every 8 hours, 0.03. It's not too bad. It's not like you'd be at an advantage if you're in a short versus a long position or anything. The percentage is not that large, and it's not getting charged very frequently. What about Rex? I've seen Rex before. I saw it during this rise. Oh no. Why did I draw this? Oh, from this. Okay. So coincidentally, we're slowing down here. Hey, that's a good sign, right? I'm not crazy. What is the market cap of Rex? Oh, that's really bad. 21 million. Number 700. Yeah, I wouldn't invest in these. I've already learned my lesson from low volatility coins. Not low volatility. This is high volatility, but low market cap is what I want to say. What else we got? Gork. Gork is pretty high market cap, I assume. It's a pretty funny meme. No, it's obviously not. There's so many. Ignore that then. Quick. That's an ugly chart too. Yeah, 15 million market cap. No thanks. Bonk. I'm not investing in meme coins or shorting them rather. Ava the heck is this? Ava AI. Is this like some AI girlfriend thing that you see the ads about? Welcome to Ava AI. Welcome to Ava AI. All right. What is this about? I have to look this up. And I'm looking it up. Ava AI. What is this about? Whatever. What was the market cap? Yeah, I'm not buying this anyway, regardless of what it is. Terrible, terrible project. Safe. I've heard of Safe. Safe Moon, right? This is a scam coin, meme coin, or something. Safe Moon. It's obviously crashed. Maybe it's worth having a look at. Safe. If I'm thinking of Safe Moon, I could be wrong. Let me just look this up. Safe. No, it's not Safe Moon. It's literally a coin called Safe. Hey, it's a good market cap too. 282 mil. Had a sharp rise over here. Why? And what do you do as well? Ownership layer of Web3 securing template includes SafeCore, full stack of account abstraction infrastructure and industry, standard multi-sig signature safe wallet. Project is focused on making every Ethereum account a smart account and enabling new use cases like AI, staking, gaming, social, buy, DeFi, and payments to flourish with gasless transactions, easy Face ID logins. Okay, so seems like a decent project. Reflects exchange listing momentum. Oh, that's why. Revolut listing on June 23rd. Oh, it was last week though. Safe Labs Enterprise Pivot, June 5. And Technical Breakout, RSI. Listed on Revolut. What is Revolut, honestly? I've never heard of that. Obviously an exchange, but about what? All-in-one finance app for your money. So it's like a bank. Oh, it's British. Fintech. Offers individuals and services for individuals and businesses. Founded by British-Russian businessman Nikolai Stronsky and British-Ukrainian. Wow, Russian and Ukrainian working together? Never seen that. Just kidding. Account and card in Canada. Okay, well, it's a UK thing. UK listing. UK doesn't bring too much volume, I would say. It's listed on Bing X already. It's already on Bybit. It could get like another big listing like, what am I not seeing here? Binance. BitGet is here. Mexi is here. Crypto. I mean, it's already listed on a lot of these exchanges, given the high market cap, right? That just gives more exposition for your coin. So, what do I think? It could continue rising a little more. Also, it's not too crazy of a rise, 8%. We see Sui move more than that in a day. Like, come on. I wouldn't really trust this movement upwards just yet. But it's been on the downfall ever since. For like a very, very long time, ever since it came out on Bing X over here. It does have some history. October 2024. Around 189, the current price is 0.46. I mean, you got this exact same price action from Sonic, right? From X Phantom. Yeah, it could be the case. Yeah, I wouldn't trust this movement yet. So realistically, no real good coins to be entering right now. And that is all. All right, I'll end the stream here, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you maybe tomorrow, unless I'm busy. I might be busy tomorrow. Who knows? Look at that funding rate. Every 4 hours, you're gaining 1.47. Before I actually end, if I dropped a 1,000 at 3x position right here, that's $3,000. You're getting that $44 every 4 hours, guaranteed, if you long this. If that percentage doesn't move, right? If it's still negative 1.47 or whatever the amount may be. If that's the same amount 2 hours from now, so it's currently almost going to be 12 a.m. I'm not going to be awake by then, but maybe I will. Just a quick snatch of $44 and then close your position immediately. Could work. Could work. Depends though. I'm pretty sure like around that countdown close, the percentage is going to be greatly diminished against you. Or maybe it won't be. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people shorting this already. That's why this funding rate is negative. That's just one last thing I wanted to point out.